Federal agents kicked down not one, but two of Diddy's mansions. And what they found will haunt his legacy forever. Thousands of bottles of lube, high-powered rifles with scratched-off serials, freak-off supplies straight out of a Netflix nightmare. Racketeering, sex trafficking, mysterious disappearances, from hip-hop mogul to criminal suspect. Is this the fall of a legend? Stay tuned. This is only the beginning. Before we begin, viewers' discretion is strongly advised. The following is only for educational and entertainment purposes only. This is the verbatim federal room testimony of the Sean Diddy Combs trial as reported by the city press. Last year, we saw something completely different when federal agents rolled up on Sean Diddy Combs' mansions in Miami and Holi Hills like it was Black Friday and he was the last TV on sale. No appointments, no courtesy calls, just pure federal energy.
Breaking news at 5. It's video you first saw live on Fox 11. Homeland Security agents in those Bearcats converge on the home of Sean Diddy Combs. Officials confirm the raid is tied to a sex trafficking investigation.
And here's the thing, they didn't just hit one crib, they hit two. Because apparently when you're the feds and you smell blood in the water, you go full shark mode. Now, Diddy face went completely pale when the feds officer started listing every item they found in his creepy mansion. The word on the street was electronic files, digital dirt, the usual tech stuff, and many more things that I'm gonna cover.
Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution. The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. As alleged in the indictment, to carry out this conduct, Sean Combs led and participated in a racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice.
Y'all gonna need to sit down for this next part, because what the feds pulled out of those houses reads like a Netflix series nobody asked for. Now, the thing that we already know by now is 1,000 bottles of lube and baby oil, and that's just the appetizer. The main course, 3 AR-15s with scratched-off serial numbers, because apparently someone thought they were starring in their own action movie.
Charlamagne, in the last hour you asked me a question about Diddy, the alleged guns that they found, or they found them, but that they're alleging are his, the AR-15s, and how that relates to the indictment. So I found the exact answer to that. So the special agent Gerard Gannon that was talking about the AR-15s is talking about this because in the indictment they are trying to say that Diddy himself allegedly would brandish firearms to intimidate others. So it is to the gist of what I was mentioning to you, but I wanted to make sure I answered.
Now, these weapons raises some really serious questions, like what happened. Did they use these weapons for any illegal doings? But here's where it gets absolutely wild. They found what the indictment calls various freak-off supplies. Yeah, they put that in official court documents. Electronics, narcotics, ammunition, and a drum magazine rounded out this treasure hunt from hell. Now listen, when federal agents are cataloging Diddy's lube collection in an official indictment, you know he made some interesting life choices. So we went from bad boy for life to bad boy for real quick. Anyway, racketeering conspiracy ain't no parking ticket, folks. That's organized crime territory. Like they think you're running a whole operation, not just throwing questionable house parties.
I was in the courthouse listening to David James's testimony, and it got contentious at points between himself when he was being cross-examined by one of Combs's attorneys, Mark Agnifilo. And at one point, he was even asked himself about hiring a prostitute and bringing it back to Combs's home without his knowledge, buying cocaine without Combs's knowledge. So again, it's what did Combs know? What did he not know? What were these employees doing on their own accord, or were they really carrying out this RICO conspiracy?
And trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. That's the kind of charge that makes your lawyer charge overtime just to read the paperwork. We're talking about moving people across state lines for activities that would make your grandmother clutch her pearls. Now, this is a serious thing, considering we have no clue what happened to Kim Porter's Brittany Murphy and his adopted white daughter. But here's what really gets me. The September 2024 indictment wasn't playing games. It laid everything out in black and white. Remember those tapes about freak-off parties? Well, the indictment explicitly confirmed that during the March 2024 searches, law enforcement seized various freak-off supplies.
ABC's Rena Roy is covering the trial from the U.S. District Court in Lower Manhattan.
A former assistant of Sean Diddy Combs walking back into court today in New York City, testifying against his one-time boss, telling jurors what it was like to work for the rap mogul. David James recounted one employee telling him, "This is Mr. Combs' kingdom. We're all here to serve in it." James testifying today that he was required to set up hotel rooms for Combs stocked with 40 different skincare products, a Louis Vuitton bag that routinely contained $10,000 in cash, and 25 to 30 different pill bottles. He told jurors he also stocked hotel rooms with baby oil, lubricant, and condoms. Prosecutors showing jurors these supplies that they say were found in Combs' hotel room the night he was arrested.
They also found narcotics.
Tons of drugs, guns, and even platform heels and baby oil were found at Combs' Miami home when it was raided last year. Special Agent Gerard Gannon, he led the search team in Miami, and he took the stand today. He testified that they found guns, including 2 dismantled AR-15s without serial numbers. Now, this bin contained 25 bottles of baby oil, 31 bottles of Astroglide, and this Gucci bag, which he said included evidence of cocaine, ketamine, and A. So they also found a dozen pairs of platform high heels, 3 cell phones that were actually found inside a Balenciaga boot. These new images and testimony, they are the latest effort by the prosecution to try to convince the jury that Sean Combs took part in something called racketeering. And so this is their case that they are building against him. And tomorrow we're expecting musician Kid Cudi to take the stand.
Specifically, as I talked earlier, they found 3 AR-15s and a drum magazine. These weren't just for show. They're high-capacity weapons.
He seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 defaced AR-15s and a large-capacity drum magazine.
The fact that the serial numbers on the AR-15s were defaced is a huge red flag. That suggests an attempt to make them untraceable, which just adds more layers to this onion. The sheer quantity and type of items found, from the massive amount of lube to the defaced firearms, suggested something far beyond a typical celebrity lifestyle. This was on another level. Every item collected adds to the body of evidence, painting a clearer, albeit more concerning, picture for investigators. The feds definitely got their hands full. With these charges and the evidence found, Diddy's future is looking mighty uncertain. Only time will tell how this dramatic saga unfolds. The world is watching, folks. Every move, every statement, every new piece of evidence is being dissected. Ain't no privacy when the feds come knocking. Regardless of the outcome, these events are bound to leave a lasting mark on Diddy's legacy. The music will always be there, but the conversation has definitely shifted. Is this the end of the story? Probably not. With high-profile cases like this, there are always more twists and turns. Keep your eyes peeled for what's next. So what do you think about these shocking discoveries? Let me know in the comments below. And hey, if you thought this was wild, just wait until next time. I will see you in the next one.